Hey everybody, I'm Keith Kendrick, and today we're going to talk about network vulnerability assessments. See, traditional network vulnerability assessments gets you part of the way there, but things break down when you rely only on periodic scans that are done by legacy scanners. See, legacy scanners give you a snapshot of your network devices. So think of your IoT devices, your firewalls, your routers, and so on. Anything that can't run the Falcon sensor. Now, the problem isn't that scans don't work. I want to be clear about that piece of it, okay? The problem is that scans are periodic, but your risks are continuously going, leaving a tremendous gap into where your risks lie with these devices. Because network scans are so heavy, most teams don't run them daily. Maybe you scan on, let's call it day 1 and day 30, the top and the bottom of the month. On day 1, you may feel like you've got a clean bill of health on your network devices. But the hangup here is that your environment doesn't freeze for 30 days. So in between that time, new devices may appear on your network, subnets can shift, and not only that, vulnerabilities are disclosed long before you run your next scan. And all of that happens in between this window that's instantiated by this legacy framework or this legacy mindset. All right, so now I'm going to use what I'm calling the valley of visibility for a real world scenario. Let's say that in between day 1 and 30, on day 12 specifically, there's a celebrity critical CVE released on, let's say, a popular router or VPN appliance. In the traditional scan model, your last scan was done on day 1, in between day 1 and day 30. So you completely miss when this CVE comes out. That means that there's 18 days of you literally having no idea whether or not the devices within your organization could be exposed to this vulnerability. So when a headline hits, every CISO asks the same exact question, right? Are we exposed to this? Now with the legacy approaches, the honest answer, unfortunately, when using legacy approaches is we'll know after the next scan. And that's not a good approach at all. Now it's time to figure out how we differentiate. The Falcon agent that underpins Falcon Exposure Management introduces a new innovative approach to network scanning. So instead of relying on dedicated hardware appliances, we turn managed hosts, which are those running the Falcon sensor, into intelligent distributed network scanners, which is amazing. So these scanners literally probe your networks and subnets for devices that can't run the agent at all. So think, again, switches, firewalls, load balancers, maybe even printers, right? Those are the devices that we're looking for. During a network vulnerability assessment, these endpoints actually act as scanners and collect things that we can send up to our Falcon Cloud with metadata. All right? All right, so think service banners, open ports, maybe even OS configurations or firmware fingerprints, all right? Perfect. So with this data being sent to our cloud, it becomes the most recent known state of every single scanned network device that we've picked up since we've identified the managed devices that would, again, act as intelligent distributed scanners. Another piece of this innovation that I want to introduce is the concept of continuous visibility. Every time we publish a new vulnerability, provide new vulnerability coverage, new CVEs, new checks for specific vendors, new detection logic, and so on, we reevaluate your most recent NBA scan data in the cloud, NBA being Network Vulnerability Assessment. So no new scan needs to run and no extra network load is added at all because, again, we're processing this in our cloud. Perfect. So you never have to worry about, again, the gaps that fall between that valley of visibility that we just looked at because we continuously update our Falcon Cloud to ensure you have the latest and greatest insights. So go back to that CVE on day 12 that we talked about, okay? Even if your last network scan was on day 1, the moment CrowdStrike adds coverage from our database into our Falcon Cloud for that new CVE, we instantly recheck your previous scan data for matching versions and configs. And if a device in your environment matches, you see that exposure immediately via alert. So no gaps, no time to wait for day 30 to come up and disappoint your peers and your C-suite. So without running a full scan, you get full visibility no matter the time in a continuous fashion. Keep in mind, we provide flexibility. So if you want fresh validation on any affected devices, you can kick off a targeted one-click rescan that focuses only on the assets tied to that new vulnerability that popped up on day 12. Rather than rescanning your entire network, you can do a point-and-click rescan for the assets in focus, and you're ready for reporting. For sensitive or critical devices, we can go even deeper with authenticated network scanning also. And this is done using SSH or SNMP-v3 credentials that are stored securely in the CrowdStrike cloud and never on the scanner. That gives you more accurate version and configuration data on secure devices, which also means fewer false positives and more reliable CVE detection. Now, to sum things up, Falcon Exposure Management shuts down the valley for good, being cloud native, real time, and built for the way environments change in today's cybersecurity. Again, I'm Keith Kendrick, and cheers to stopping the breach.